I think the TV audience is ready to see this footage. So without further ado, let's roll.
Wait, hang on. Wait, give the people a little bit of context first.
You want me to set the table first?
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. AEW, we have a massive pay-per-view coming up, April 21st, AEW Dynasty. The finals, Matthew, of this tag team tournament is FTR versus the Young Bucks, and it got me to think, the last time we wrestled these guys was at All In. I still have some wounds that they haven't really healed. It kind of opens up those wounds, and I feel like this is perfect time to talk about it right now. It was the biggest show in company history, the biggest wrestling show that we've ever been a part of, the biggest match that we were about to be a part of with FTR versus the Young Bucks. A lot of fans and a lot of critics said whoever wins this match will probably be coined as the greatest tag team of this generation.
Right before that match, Nicholas, there was a incident backstage involving two individuals. The first being the scapegoat in this entire situation, Jack Perry. Jack's a lovable kid, also from Southern California, just like us. And now that I think about it, he kind of reminds me a lot of us at his age. And someone actually once said about Jack, if you've got a problem with Jack Perry, chances are you're the problem. And the other individual...
you know what? The other individual tried to make this entire show about himself. Matter of fact, this individual happens to be good friends with FTR, which got me thinking, maybe FTR were the masterminds behind this entire thing.
You can't say that. He can't say that, right? Like that, you don't know that to be a fact, so you can't just spread rumors and bash someone on a public forum like this.
You're right. It's very, very, very unprofessional.
Now, while we were dealing with the fallout from this incident, I think it's safe to assume and say that we were thrown off of our game. We had to put our EVP caps on, and we had to neglect being professional wrestlers. The locker room was in disarray. There were respectable wrestling journalists who needed answers. We had no time to hydrate. We had no time to even pray, damn it. So I think if you look in the history books, yeah, you're going to see something. You're going to see the FTR guys, they beat the Young Bucks at All In London. But if you had to ask me or anybody else in this room, I think we could all agree that there should be a giant asterisk next to that FTR victory. But after opening up all these wounds, we're talking about everything. The incident itself, it's not even the worst part. You'll see in a second. We'll show you the footage. It's short and it resembles more of a high school scrap. But I would argue this. I would argue not that it was a short incident, but the ramifications that came out of the incident. It threatened to take down our biggest show of all time, but damn it, we're lucky that it didn't.
With that being said, Matthew, let's roll the tape.
Yeah, there you have it. That wasn't the worst part about this entire incident. Not even close. For me, the worst part about this whole thing is creating a wrestling show, naming a wrestling show, filling the building with the most people that have ever witnessed a wrestling show, only to be so distracted by something so stupid that you lose on your big night. And then at the end, FTR, you have the balls to stick your hands out and ask us to shake your damn hands.
At Dynasty, we're not shaking hands with you, you pricks. Be ready.
Well, Tez, we talked about it earlier in the night. Sometimes, life, unexpected events can get in the way. And speaking of unexpected...
Speaking of FTR...
Dax Harwood, Cash
that
Wheeler.
didn't take long, huh?
They are not on our sheet, Tony.
Not on this format at all. Man, there's a lot of things that, basically just got ruffled up here, and you could just see the looks on the faces of these two men here. Yeah, they usually come out, Taz and Excalibur, slapping hands with the fans, and...
Yeah.
And now
Cash Wheeler asking for a microphone, and we're not going to have to wait long for a response, I suspect.
So why? Why are we showing this? What are you two hoping to accomplish by showing this? Other than having a built-in excuse as to why you lost at Wembley. I don't know about everybody else here, but I am sick and tired of hearing about this. I am sick and tired of talking about this. Everybody back there, us, everybody in that back, we are ready to move on. We're ready to put this in the past. I am done with this, but instead of talking about revolution, instead of talking about the fact that we go back to Wembley this year, instead of talking about the fact that we are doing some of our best shows ever, we're showing videos from 8 months ago. Why? Because Rod and Todd Flanders can't let go that they lost to FTR. So now, at Dynasty, listen to me. Put on your EVP caps and listen. At Dynasty, we have to beat you, and it's not for legacy. It's not for history. It's not even to be considered the greatest of all time. It's because I am sick of you petty little bitches.
So that's our bosses. That's who we work for, huh? Every interview they have or every time they get a chance to talk, they let us all know that without them, hundreds of people will be out of a job. They let us all know that without them, AEW probably wouldn't exist. And you know the crazy thing, the scary thing is, I don't necessarily disagree with you. Because without the Young Bucks, I still might be shaving his back. But for real, but seriously, but because of the Young Bucks, we have something that makes them sick. We have something that they cannot get over. Because of the Young, they'll never admit it, but because of the Young Bucks, now FTR has eclipsed them as the absolute best tag team on this planet. And at one time, you guys cared about these 3 letters. You cared about AEW, but somewhere along the way, whether it was greed or whether it was jealousy, you lost that. And now 3 other letters have taken over. The only thing you care about is what's best for the EVPs. And so if it takes my last breath on the backs of FTR, on the back of Samoa Joe, on the back of Swerve Strickland, on the back of Daniel Garcia, Darby Allin, Willow Nightingale, every single man and woman back there who come to work every week and want to be here, on our backs, we will build this. We will continue to build this place, and not just for us. It ain't just a selfish ambition. We're building it for the future of all professional wrestlers, so they have a choice. They can make a decision. They can make a living, but more importantly than that, we're building this for every single man, woman who goes every day to work, week in, week out, and spends their money on one ticket. On one ticket. Spends their hard-earned money on one ticket to get lost in our drama, to get lost in our action. We are doing this for you. And if the Young Bucks don't want to be part of that AEW, grab your ball, go home. We got this. I love y'all too. I love y'all too. But this ain't about Wembley. This ain't about All Out. This is about AEW. This is about a company I love, an industry that I love. But more specifically, this is about the AEW World Tag Team Championships. 2 teams walk in, 1 team walks out, can call themselves the greatest tag team in the world. 2 teams walk in, 1 team walks out as the first ever 3-time AEW World Tag Team Champions. Young Bucks, you may have built this foundation, but brick by brick, shingle by shingle, we will put the roof on top of this house. Just to blow that son of a bitch right back off. Top guys, out.
Wow.
Very impassioned words from FTR. Dynasty cannot get here soon enough. And fam, there is more Dynamite coming your way. Don't go anywhere.